Hey, how we doing? So, a little bit of a different scenery here today. You guys wonder where I get all my stakes from for my tomatoes, because my tomatoes hit about 13 feet tall every year. That's where I get them from. So I'm in a maple forest right now, and if you look up, right, the canopy cover is so thick that all these little maples, and this is all maples here, all these maples are just struggling for light. So they just grow pretty much damn near ramrod straight. So what we're going to do is we're looking for ones like this, and we're just going to come out here and harvest a bunch of them. I'm looking for ones that are at least 12 feet tall, because I need to hammer them about 18 inches into the ground, give or take. So they need to be 10-ish feet above ground. So yep, so that's the plan. Here we are. So if you guys are coming out into the bush to do this sort of thing, for one thing, I don't know where you guys are at, but we are coming into mosquito season right now. So they are getting pretty thick. I'm actually surprised I'm not getting totally fucking floated away right now on them. But so when you guys are doing this, when you're pulling trees out, try not to pull out too many out of one spot, right? When I'm in here and I'm looking for trees to pull out, I'm looking for sort of a clump, because I know that clump is never going to grow into a healthy little cluster of trees. So I'm looking for a clump of them, and this isn't hurting the forest, right? Every one of these I take down is one more that's out of here that allows the forest to fill in better. Like, for example, here, I'll just turn this around. Look right here, okay? All this is all maples. There's what, 40 in here? There's no way this is ever going to grow healthy. Not a chance, right? Some of these will grow up, they'll get sick, but this is never going to be healthy. So I'm going to come back here, and I can afford to take 2 or 3 out of this little section here. It's going to open up the forest, it's going to let more light down, and all the rest of these trees that are in here are going to be able to fill out a little bit better without doing nothing but struggling for light. So this is kind of what I'm looking for here. See? Where are we at? We've got this one, and this one, and this one. And this one is pretty damn straight. And the nice thing about using this one, right, up to there where you guys can see the canopy start is about 15 feet off the ground. So the nice thing about this is I can take this, and then I can use from the bottom, I'll get as low to the ground as I can, and then I'll drag it out of the bush. I'll measure it up to about the length I need, and we have more projects back at the house. We're going to make some trellis out of some of the thinner maples, because the smaller branches are pretty straight too. So pretty much everything on here except for the leaves and, you know, this little crap, I'm just going to repurpose. So even though, yeah, I'm out here cutting trees out of the forest, I'm doing good for the forest by letting more light in, and I'm reusing everything I'm pulling out of here. So I think we counted 68 tomato plants sitting on the deck right now. And we need to divide those up into what's going in pots and in different gardens. So I need a whole bunch of these. I moved from my house. I took a whole bunch with me when I moved, but some of them are getting old. I used birch, and the birch is starting to rot for some of them, because it's what I had available at the time. I knew it was going to die and just rot out. I mean, birch, when it rots, it turns into like cellulose. There's no structural durability left to it. So yeah, so just wanted to let you guys know that's kind of what we're working on at the moment. So have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you later. Okay, bye. All right, boys and girls, here's the final result of those bushes that I was pulling out. So when I cut them, to make my life easier, if I'm able to, I cut the ends on an angle, because I got to drive these things into the ground. So I may just get my Groundforce Brooks axe out, and sharpen these up, but I try to cut them on an angle where it allows me to. So there we go, as straight as you can get them. And I'll be hammering 12 inches minimum of these into the ground. So what I do is I have an old broken shovel handle, and the end is in a point, and I've marked it with a Sharpie marker at a 12-inch point up from the bottom and an 18-inch point up from the bottom. And then I'll just hammer those into the ground, and then I'll move it around in a circle, and it creates a cavity. And then I'll just take each end of these and I'll just ram that stake right down deep into the ground, and then I'll water it in, and then it's not going anywhere for the season. So yep, that's it. Grand total, there's what, 9 of these? 8? And it took me less than half an hour start to finish to pull them out of the bush and process them down into lengths. And we are going to be planting 4 different kinds of tomatoes right here in this garden bed, right off the deck. So we're going to be able to eat tomatoes right here, pull them out, put them in a salad bowl, and serve them for dinner. And this is kind of where we're at here for part of the garden. As you guys can see, there is so much left on the deck that still needs to get planted. But we're here. Look at my garlic patch. It's still alive. Go garlic. And here's a golden zucchini. What we're going to do with this one is we're going to put a stake here, maybe 6 feet long, and I'm going to grow this golden zucchini right up the stake. And all the leaves kind of fall outwards, and it just exposes the fruit right down the center of the vine. And so we're filling up the beds, and then we've got the garden. We put a bunch of more peppers in, and slowly but surely things are getting put into place. There's so many projects on the go that, you know, I have to kind of separate my time between a bunch of projects. So, all right, well, hope you guys found this interesting. Have a great day. See ya.